Hey guys, Ed here with evolvefarming.com for Homesteading and Permaculture News this week for the week of October 17th, 2022. So, highlighting this week is really just going to be the Homesteaders Livestock Summit Conference. That is a live event kicking off this morning, Monday, October 17th. It runs on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. They have brought in 20 experts to talk about how to raise livestock successfully for what they call fresh, homegrown meats, eggs, and dairy. So during it session, I will highlight 3 of the days and things that are important to me and Melinda over at Squibwich Farms. Day 1, highlight herbs for rabbits. Catherine Robles is teaching that, and in Squibwich 2023, we're looking to bring in some meat rabbits. So we'd like to go ahead and learn as much as we can about those. So herbs for meat rabbits are one that we'll certainly be attending and reporting back on. Next is going to be raising quail, a powerful resource in a small package. That's Sonia Hobley. And that's another important one for us because coming out of Homesteaders of America this year, we spent some time with the folks at Hatching Time and picked up a rig, a couple of cage systems for raising quail. And then on the heels of that, the bee guy connected us to some folks who gave us some great advice about quail, raising quail, selling quail. And then we ran into some other folks who were just so kind and spoke with us. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we came home with information, with a system, and 50 fertilized quail eggs, which are now incubating at Squibwich. So that's going to be an important one for us. Next, also on Monday, 5 surefire ways to make your goats pay for themselves. That's another important one. Right now, there are 10 does in the goat herd at Squibwich Farms. And we're starting a herd share for dairy products in 2023. So like to find out what Kristen Duke has to say on that topic. Day 2, Raising Honeybees Without Sugar and Without Sacrificing Honey Production by Chris Dalziel. And that's another important one. We've seen some things at Homesteaders of America that really talked about a general rule is if you don't want to use sugar in the mix, it's for every 2 frames of bees, you got to leave 1 frame of honey behind to winter them over. So it's going to be interesting to see what they talk about with that. Next is going to be Raising Meat Chickens 101 with Catherine Rogers. Like they always hear what somebody else has to say. We hear a lot of things from Joe Salatin and Justin Rhodes on this topic, so I'm going to be curious to see what their system is and how similar or dissimilar it may be to the others I mentioned. Day 3, answering your pig questions with one of our favorite, Pork Ryan. Pork's great because not only is he a pig expert, but he's a mental health advocate, and that's something that we are at evolvefarming.com. We're so focused on mental health. We have mental health resources on our site. We're talking about it honestly in our live content that we create from the Homestead. And in addition to that, we're launching some things about a mental health coffee talk series. And we've all done it under this whole concept of Farm a Better You. FarmABetterYou.com is our mental health initiative over at evolvefarming.com. So anybody else who's in the fight with us to destigmatize mental health and get us talking about it on the Homestead is certainly an ally and a fan of ours, and that definitely describes who pork means, what pork is to us. On day 3, keeping and raising meat rabbits on the Homestead with Dana Thompson. And again, another interesting one for us because we're shifting into meat rabbits at Squibwich Farms, so an important one for us. Several other speakers, again, 20 in total. In addition to that, 10 a.m. this coming Friday, the 21st, is the second in a 5-part series from The Ohio State University on Pollinators Habitat 101. Really, it's all about pollinators, creating a good habitat for them wherever you might be, whether that be on a farm or a homestead or even just in your own backyard. I did watch the first session on Monday. That will be available on demand. So if you go register now, you'll be able to attend the next 4 weeks, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Fridays, and get the content on demand from the Friday you might have missed. Additionally, we have 6 p.m. on Tuesday. We have a workshop of home farm planning, financial management. This is from the folks over at Rural Action Farmer. One of their mentors, Faith Gilbert, is having a workshop on financial management for farmers, so I will audit that as well. So that's predominantly it for conferences this week, and that will be it for me over at Homesteading and Permaculture News this week, so have a great day.